Hello people, how are you all? I hope you are doing great. My week has been very fruitful because I read The Stationery Shop of Tehran by Marzan Kamli. It's once in a life kind of experience reading that book, and I would suggest it to everyone. Well, people who have been here before, welcome back, and people who are new, welcome. This is Mansi from Readers and Creators, and welcome to part 11 of books this week. So the first book today is At Home in Two Words, written by Maria Aurora Couto. Now this book is published posthumously, that is after the death of author, and it is written by an author who first-hand witnessed the political maneuvering, environmental degradation, and the change in coastal regions which is unrecognizable. She is talking about Goa in this book, and it's a compilation of her essays she has written throughout her life in Goa. Now, Aurora is convinced that the cultural beauty of Goa lies in what politicians describe as Goan Karpon, that is its uniqueness, like the landscapes, trees, the nature and everything, but how slowly it's getting degraded because development, industries, tourism, hotels, restaurants, right? This book is third in trilogy. First one was Goa, A Daughter's Journey, and second was Philomena's Journey. But this third one is a manifesto for peace, not just for Goa, but for whole India. Second book is a non-fiction. It's Widow, A Global History, written by Minike Schipper. Now, taken from ancient Egypt and Greece, medieval India, and modern days of Europe, the author done an extensive research about the cultures, stigmas and traditions attached to husbandless women. Talked about harsh rituals, loss of status, and brutal control on attires, sexuality and mobility on widows, and he talked about this throughout the history and mythology. Like widows in history and in mythology. Wow. Oh, okay. And after this research, he came to the conclusion that there's a global legacy of cruelty and shame in this cultures and stigmas, but there's also occasional resilience. So yeah, this book will tell you about your past and through it about your present. Third book is Rosa Rita by Anita Desai. Anita Desai has published a book after a huge gap. So this book is talked about a lot around me. Well, in this book, she excavated the grief of Indian women and brought it to life. And that's neither too gentle, the way she expressed that, nor too scalpel. So it's good to read that in a form of story. This is about story of two women who are bonded by blood. And the grief or the identity a daughter tries to search into her mother or tries to link with her mother. This is about just that. Next book is Iru, The Remarkable Life of Iravati Karve, written by Urmila Deshpande. Now, I have read about Karve during my master's in sociology, and I was amused by her even back then. So coming across this book made me go all bananas about it, and I'm gonna definitely read it. Well, in this book, Urmila talks about the life of Iravati Karve and a woman who didn't succumb to social stereotypes even back then, like 1920s. So Karve was doing her doctoral studies in Berlin in 1927, and she has to prove the study of her supervisor, that was superiority of European class over people of color based on the measurement of their skull. But Karve came back with the opposite conclusion. She said that superiority of anyone's skull doesn't determine their racial superiority. She almost lost her PhD, but not. When she returned back to India, she went to places of Adivasi in Coorg, Western Maharashtra, Kerala, Assam, Bihar, and she did extensive research on them. She lived with them, she got deeper into their life, and then she wrote about them. So her main focus of topic was kinship, that is kins, relations, kinship, and not just with our relatives or bloodlines, everything, but kinship with other humans. kinship with other country members, kinship with every human out in the world. So there's two major work by Iravati Karve, that is Kinship Organization in India and Hindu Society. So if you want to know more about Iravati Karve, you can read those books. But if you want to know in brief about whole of her life, then this book, Iru, you can read that. Also, I forgot to mention that Iravati Karve was an anthropologist, philosopher, wife and mother. So much to be doing in 1920s. Last book of the segment is Twilight Prisoners, The Rise of Hindu Right and the Fall of Democracy in India by Siddharth Dey. Now the reviewer who wrote review of this book in newspaper, he wrote this line which is stuck in my mind, that you should read this book as if your life depends on it. Siddharth Dey wrote all these essays about the rise of, or you can say the culture of impunity promoted by Hindu rights in India. And the first essay talks about the Hindutva politics which enabled Modi's ascent to power. And final essays is about press freedom in India, which is very vulnerable right now. And he also talked about Gauri Lankesh's murder and the wisdom and charm of Arundhati Roy. So well, that was it. These 5 books in Books This Week part 11 segment. I hope you are liking it. I have also uploaded the Morisaki Bookshop duology review. If you haven't watched it yet, just go ahead and watch it. Yeah, just keep reading, be happy, be safe, and do comment and like. Do subscribe. Bye bye.